Hello, girls and boys. We're going to be making a haunted house today, and we're starting by using some lines. I drew half of a square. I didn't finish it on the bottom. I'm going to make my lines go off the sides and then keep adding squares that are smaller and smaller. I'm using different shapes like rectangles, triangles, smaller rectangles. The fun part here is you can make this up all on your own. See how I'm repeating the shapes? Just squares, just triangles. You can make yours super creepy. You can add a little fence or a gate. You can add creepy, spooky windows. Maybe they're broken. So I'm just gonna have fun and do whatever comes to mind. Don't copy my ideas. Come up with your own creepy ideas. Now, when we start to add color, I'm thinking about Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night painting. You see a big bright moon. You see the swirls in the sky. They're little lines, but they're going in all different directions. The trick here is you have to press hard. Crayons are made of wax, and we want a lot of wax on that paper so that we could get a cool look later. I'm using the flat side of my crayon, not the pointy side. It's just helping me get some really dark lines. After I finish with one color, I'm gonna do the same thing. See how I'm going in different directions? Some are side to side, up and down, looping around town. So fill it up with different kinds of lines going in different directions. Now I know it seems kind of crazy to use white, but this is cool because later on when we add the paint, it's gonna be like a surprise. We don't see it now, but the paint is going to make it pop off the paper later. So try and get some white in there for a fun little surprise later. I filled up my sky as much as I want to. I tried to make all of my lines going in different directions to make it look like the wind is howling on this creepy night. So now I'm ready to start to add my paint. I am using watercolor paint. You can get this kind of paint at a CVS, at the food store. I've seen it in so many places. I'm gonna use my paint with a larger brush and some water. When we are taking our paint, just some simple swipes will do. You don't need it flooded, so I swipe the water off, I swipe it in the paint. I'm not scrubbing, I'm not smushing, just gentle swipes like you're petting a cat or petting a dog. Now, as you can see, my paintbrush is very juicy. You can see a nice puddle of water that I can move with the brush. If you can't move the paint and it's too light, then you can take more water, more paint, and you're back in business. Now, I don't want to fill up my sky. I want to use different colors. I'm actually taking black right now because I want it to look like a really spooky, dark, creepy, windy night. So see how I'm mixing it on the paper with the blue? It's okay if you're not neat and you get it inside of the house or off the paper. It does wash away off your table, but we're gonna color the inside of the house anyway. So it's okay if it gets inside of there. Plus, doesn't it kind of look like the wind or clouds are kind of start to cover the house? Creepy. So that's an example of no mistakes, just happy accidents. All right, I have finished coloring this paper with my paint. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the bottom. I wanted to still feel like the Vincent van Gogh Starry Night painting that you'll see in museums and in magazines and books. It's a very, very famous painting. So I wanna keep that up, but now I'm using some kind of grassy tones, brown, green, spot, spot, line, line, thinking about moving my lines in different directions. Now, when it comes to painting, clean your brush before you change your color. And now I'm gonna use different colors than the sky. I'm gonna take brown, I'm gonna take some green. See how I'm just swiping it like a broom across a floor. Swipe, swipe, swipe in your color. Then go ahead and swipe, swipe, swipe on your paper. Don't do the booty scooting ballet. It's like a ballerina or a ballerino on its tippy toes. We don't see a ballerina scoot around on its behind. All right, so keep that paintbrush on its tippy toes, fill this in with your colors, and have fun.